Hello everyone, my name is ComputerBug, and in case you live under a rock, Tears of the Kingdom is coming out in less than a month, so I thought it would be fun to visit some of the earlier Zelda games. As you can probably tell, this doesn't look like the original Zelda 1, and that's because I'm using a texture pack. I'm using it because I think it's just easier on the eyes and ears, and you can also tell where the bombable walls are, because I can't remember all the locations. Anyways, let's get right into it. I immediately went and grabbed the wooden sword from the old man, and went to the right to get some bombs from the nearby shop. I ran back a bit to this wall and collected my first heart container. I went and bought the blue candle that will allow me to light up rooms and burn bushes, and the magical shield that will allow me to block fireballs. I walked just a bit to the right and collected my second heart container from the old man in the bush. I decided I was now ready for the first dungeon, the Eagle. After traversing through the dungeon a little bit, I came across the boomerang. This can be used to stun and even kill smaller enemies. Not too soon after, I found this old man that gave me perhaps the most useless hint I've ever heard. I found the bow and went to the dungeon boss, the Aquamentus. I killed it, grabbed the heart container it dropped, and got the first Triforce shard. Right after doing the first dungeon, I wanted to get the blue ring, and this texture pack actually changes to the blue tunic, so I thought that was pretty cool. I headed to the second dungeon, the moon, right after. Something I like to do in this dungeon is conserve my keys to use in other dungeons, because there are bombable walls that you can use instead of actually using the locked doors. I quickly found the magical boomerang and then ran to the end of the dungeon to fight the boss, the Dodongo. I picked up my fourth heart container and the second Triforce shard. I went up to the mountain area and grabbed the letter that will allow me to buy medicine from the old woman. I headed left a little bit and grabbed my fifth heart container behind this bombable wall. I ran past this Lionel in this mountain spring area to grab the white sword from the old man. This sword does double than the wooden one. I went and bought some red medicine from the old woman before heading off to the third dungeon, the Manji. I ended up finding the boss before I had actually found the dungeon item, so I just killed the manhandler, took my 6th heart container, and continued to explore the dungeon. Before long, I found the raft. This can be used to go over certain parts of water that leads to secrets. I ran all the way back to the boss area and collected the third Triforce shard. Immediately after, I used the raft to go to the fourth dungeon that's on an island, the Snake. While clearing a room, I got my shield stolen by a like, but I didn't really need it until level 7, so it's fine. I finished clearing this room, and then I pushed a block to open a secret room where I got the stepladder that allows me to cross over streams. Soon after I fought the real boss, the Gliok, but I made quick work of it, the 7th heart container, and got the 4th shard of the Triforce. bought another shield to replace the one I lost, and then I went over to the right side of the world to collect the 8th heart container on the island. A little ways down, I used my step ladder to get the 9th heart container that's on a platform over the water. On my way to the graveyard, I collected the power bracelet that allows me to use the tunnel system to warp around the map. The 5th dungeon is significantly harder compared to the others, so I went over to the graveyard area and collected the magical sword from the old man. This upgrade does 4 times the damage of the first sword. I needed to use the bow for some of the enemies in the 5th dungeon, so I finally went and bought arrows from the shop. You have to go up this repeating room 4 times to get to the 5th dungeon with the lizard. After dealing with the ridiculous amount of dark nuts, I pushed a block to get the dungeon item, the flute. I went into the secret room and bought a bomb upgrade from the old man, so now I can hold up to 20 bombs. After going through the whole dungeon, which is basically nothing but monsters, I found the dungeon boss, Dig Dogger. This has to be my favorite resprite with this pack because it's definitely better than this. After obliterating the boss with my flute, I collected the 10th heart container and the 5th Triforce shard. With nothing left to do but go to the next dungeon, I head to the graveyard area and enter the 6th dungeon, the Dragon. I encountered the mini-boss of the dungeon, Keon, which I made mincemeat out of and moved on. After clearing a room of Wizbrobes, I pushed a block and got the dungeon item, the Magical Rod. I went to the end of the dungeon and killed Goma with 1 arrow, which is very anticlimactic to be honest. Anyway, I picked up the 11th heart container and the 6th Triforce shard. I went to the second pond in the Orange Forest and played my flute to reveal the 7th dungeon. A little ways in the dungeon, I found the second bomb upgrade, but I couldn't afford it, so that kinda sucks. I found another Dig Dogger, but it was just as easy to kill as every other boss in the game, so I made quick work of him. Remember when I bought the meat back at the beginning of the game? Yeah, this is its literal only purpose. In a secret room in the Eye of the Dragon, I found the dungeon item, the Red Candle. This candle lets you use the candle infinitely rather than just once a screen. Then I went and fought the Dig Dogger for the 3rd time, by the way. After finally getting to the end of the dungeon, I went and fought the first boss again, and no, it's not buffed. I don't know why they put the first boss here again. Anyways, 12th heart container and the 7th Triforce piece. The next dungeon is level 8, the Lion, so I went to the forest area and burned this bush to reveal the entrance. Almost immediately I went and found the magic book. This item makes the magic rod act like a ray of fire, making the red candle useless already. I then encountered a mini-boss, a buffed version of Goma. After fighting through like 5 rooms of blue dark nuts, I found the magical key which allows me to open any door without having to use a key. I did a bunch of backtracking and fought Gleog again. Again, I get that this game's file size is absolutely minuscule, but like, come on. What's this, like the fourth time? When I was done, I collected the 13th final heart container and the final Triforce piece. I headed all the way up the mountain area and entered the final dungeon, Death Mountain. And let me just say, this dungeon is really huge and really difficult, so I'm just going to skip over every time I die. After a little while of navigating the dungeon, I came across perhaps the most difficult enemy in the game, Patra. And just a few rooms away, I found the first dungeon item, the Red Ring, yet again doubling my defense. And like 10 minutes of searching later, I found the Silver Arrow. This item is the only thing that can actually kill Ganon. After defeating the Patra that guarded the boss door, I went in to fight Ganon. And just like that, Ganon is defeated, ending the game. Anyway, as always, if you enjoyed, please consider liking and subscribing. See ya!